Have you ever gone into a gaming eShop, scrolled around, found a game you'd be interested in, clicked on it, and realized you already bought it? I have. And it's because there's no physical item there reminding me that I own it. And I use the word own very loosely here. No box, no cartridge, nothing on a shelf, just a small thumbnail image of that game tucked away in a digital library, or maybe not even in a library, because I had to delete it off of my console in order to make room for another game. Back in the day, buying a game meant owning it. Something you could hold in your hand, display for all to see, and even hand off to your friend so that they could play it and then never give it back to you. The box art, the manual, whether you read it or not, all felt like part of the experience of getting a new game. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about here, is the box art itself. What it used to mean, why the idea of box art seems to be fading, and a few ways we might be able to keep it alive even if everything goes fully digital. Box art is the cover image, the graphic that was made specifically for that game. It was your first impression. It was what you saw on the shelves of your local Kmart or Blockbuster. It was marketing, sure, but it also had personality. Sometimes it told a story, sometimes it told a lie, and sometimes it held secrets that you wouldn't find out about until after sinking 20 hours into your game, but it was part of the experience. Box art has been around since the earliest consoles. Atari, NES, Sega Genesis, they all had some crazy iconic packaging for their games. Sometimes it was hand-painted, sometimes more graphic or stylized, but you'd be able to know what the game was without even looking at the name, just based on the box itself. But things have been slowly changing. More and more consoles are moving to this digital-only future, with both Xbox and PlayStation making consoles that don't even have a disk drive, and then Steam only ever being a fully digital space. We're seeing this shift getting pushed more and more. Nintendo even is kind of getting on board with their physical releases with the dawn of game keycards, which I'm sure is going to push many people to just bypass the physical edition altogether, because who really wants to put in a cartridge just to play a game that fully exists digitally on their console? On top of that, game streaming is starting to pick up some steam, no pun intended. Services like Xbox Cloud and PlayStation Plus are offering a Netflix-like experience where you don't have to own anything. Just start playing a game as long as it's part of the list of streaming games for that month. I get it, it seems super convenient, but when everything is digital and you don't really own anything, there's nothing left to collect. No box to display, no cartridge to lend a friend, and in the long run, no rare games sitting in someone's attic or garage sale waiting to be rediscovered. Some are trying to keep the spirit alive, and arguably the Nintendo game keycards are kinda doing that. Nintendo realizes that at a certain point, people are just going to be buying digital, and at least the game keycards are something you can lend to a friend. They come in a box that you can put on a shelf, and will also have a limited supply, making them kind of rare, but they're also just kind of a hollow representation of what owning a game is like. However, companies like Limited Run Games are doing some awesome work, putting out physical versions of digital-only titles, full packaging, manuals, and even some huge collector's editions, which is great, but it can also be very pricey. You have to act fast, and they usually come out long after the game's release, which means you probably already own it, so you're just buying it again to have it physically. There's also the coverproject.net, which I've linked below, that has a massive collection of game box art and even some manuals that you can download. It's fully community driven, and it seems to just continue to grow. A couple other ideas for what else could be done. Not the same, but at least something. First, what if buying a game digitally came along with a downloadable art pack? High-res box art, a digital manual, maybe even concept art or dev notes. Something you could collect, print if you wanted to, or even upload to a companion app. Something you could pull up on your phone whenever you wanted. Check out your digital game shelf, customize it, make it your own. One idea. Another thought would be the dawn of a new third-party service that could make custom boxes. Not just replicas of what a game box looks like, but more of an art piece, like a 3D printed relief of the art, or a foil stamped version, maybe even a metallic or holographic print. Some way to be able to take the art from your favorite new games and celebrate them, even if you only bought them digitally. So yeah, I'm a little nostalgic. I like having shelves full of games. I like seeing the artwork. It reminds me of the era I bought it in, the hype, the memories, the weird little stickers from the case, from whatever store I bought it from, all of that. But I've also moved on from DVDs and CDs and somehow survived with Spotify and Netflix. If we're headed towards a fully digital future, I think we'll be okay, as long as we find ways to keep that art alive, whether it's limited run games, downloadable art packs, custom-made tribute boxes, or something else. There is still plenty of room to make the art from our favorite games feel personal. What do you think? Are you someone who needs the physical game on your shelf? Or are you cool going fully digital? And how would you keep box art alive in a world that doesn't need boxes? Let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to leave a like, check out some of my other videos here, and subscribe if you'd like more design-focused gaming content. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you next time.